Now, I'm not the only one who's noticed that Gemma seems to have taken up the spotlight on the show, especially this episode and the last few. And the rivalry between herself and Ekin-Su that I described in the previous video is over because Gemma has basically won. The whole episode was centered on this whole "the girl is mine" scenario between Luca and Davide, who nearly had a fallout over her. Davide confronted Luca for taking Gemma aside for a chat behind his back, which I found quite unnecessary. They're contestants on a TV show and there's a competitive element to it. So why Davide was upset, I don't really know. But he was very visibly annoyed and forthright in confronting Luca about it. It seemed quite infantile. Can I also point out that Gemma is only 19 years old, she's a teenager, and she still obviously has the mentality and mannerisms of a moody teenager in some regards, and the optics of these two grown men competing over her and falling out with her is quite odd. But in the end, Gemma was picked by Luca, who went before Davide. I definitely believe that Davide would have chosen her. Now Davide has picked Paige over Ekin-Su. So it seems that Ekin-Su's antics of ruffling feathers in the house haven't paid off just yet. But of course, there is time. There will be a new boy entering the house. And there was a small spoiler at the end of the episode, actually, which hinted at the new man actually being Gemma's ex-boyfriend. So at this point, people are saying, is this Love Island or is it the Gemma show? It does seem heavily centered around her, and she's getting a lot of screen time at the moment. And people are wondering, is this fair? Is this favouritism or nepotism because she's Michael Owen's daughter? Is she getting preferential treatment because of this? And we'll have to wait and see how this unfolds in terms of how much screen time she continues to get over the next week or so. People have made some really cynical comments about Gemma's supposed preferential treatment on the show. One person says, Michael Owen treatment, they're making sure the famous daughter gets followers, whilst another said, I'm just wondering how much Michael Owen paid for his daughter to be the star. Another person said, I feel like she's made her family pay Love Island to have her heavily featured and centre of all attention. And another person said, now I'm convinced that her dad is paying for her screen time, only logical explanation. And, if I'm honest, that's not a far-fetched assertion. It's very probable. It does seem that there is preferential treatment. It does seem that the show is centered around her. I also believe, obviously, this is reality TV, but I think people would have already caught wind of the fact that she is Michael Owen's daughter. We don't know what is being said, off camera, etc. I think they definitely are in the know of that, and it does seem very unfairly centered around Gemma at the moment. This teenage girl. The dynamic, it's, to me at the moment, it's giving very contrived, very heavily produced. But we'll have to see if other people get a bit of spotlight in the days to come. So what are your thoughts on the whole Gemma screen time thing? Is she getting too much screen time? Do you think that her father's influence is behind it and that this is perhaps nepotism or favouritism on the part of the producers? Is there anyone else that you believe deserves more screen time that isn't getting it at the moment? Let me know in the comments below.